All right. Well, you don't tell me anything. You know, how could I see that? You know, you're a real chidrul. Do you know what a chidrul is? Look that up. It's a cucumber. When an Italian person has had it with you, when you don't get it they call you a chidrul. It's like working with a fruit or a vegetable. You know, it's funny when you're a kid, if it has a lot of water in it, like a cucumber, you're like, this could be a fruit, you know. Women put it on their face now, cucumber. When I was a kid, you know, they didn't have... Don't start now. The guy with the promescent. How about that stuff? You heard about this now? You listening? Was it yesterday? I'll tell you more about that.
The falling leaves stripped by my window. Those autumn leaves.
During the Ed Tyll show, those autumn leaves that Ed Tyll knows. It's Ed Tyll, what he knows on the show. Yeah.
Then you went away.
Shabba dabba.
The days grew long.
Shooby dooby doo bye.
And soon out
Yabba dabba doo bye. Fred.
but I miss you
Yabba dabba
most of
doo.
all, my darling.
Gary Chilfine used to say, a little dab will do you, Ed. I go, what? Yeah, put a little yabba on it. I go, Gary was the most serious bowler you could bowl with when you were a kid. Have a good time. Some people might be a little bit better bowler. No fun to bowl with. Very few people, you know, in his league of attention to detail. Yeah. Michael Deese, Autumn Leaves, from the album Relentless. Nicely done. Beautifully done, my friend. I like the nice panache at the end. I like a lot of panache. Do you? You put panache on your spinach? No hollandaise sauce on my Florentine. Spinach. A lot of spinach on a poached egg, on an English muffin, which is sourdough.
Get out my life, woman.
That's my girl. That's my
You
girl.
don't love me no more.
Joe, you're talking about my lady now. Joe, easy, Joe. It's Joe talking about...
Get out my life, woman.
Joe, I don't want to talk about personal
You
stuff,
don't love
man.
me no more.
This is not my thing, man. I don't do the Oprah, Ellen DeGeneres. Yeah, that's not me. I don't do
Get
that.
out my life, woman.
I hear you, baby.
You don't love me no more. No.
Joe, don't we both say, if they ever did they love us at all?
Get out my eyes, teardrops.
Forget it.
I got to see my way around. Yes, girl. Get out my eyes, teardrops.
Do you ever ask yourself how many cigarette lighters it takes to keep 3 square feet of entertainment space that a lighter? I mean, Frank Sinatra would have people killed if there wasn't an open pack of cigarettes and somebody to light them.
You ain't nothing but heartaches by the pound. Yeah.
Joe Williams is speaking for all men.
Get off my ladder, woman.
Baby.
I got to climb up to the top. Get off my ladder, darling. Man got to climb up to the top, yeah. Get off my ladder, darling. Ain't nothing gonna make me stop, no.
You know, they're showing a picture of a young Joe Williams. You can Google this. Joe Williams,
Keep on moving on.
a slight resemblance when he's young to Arsenio Hall. So looking at an older Joe Williams, circa 2000-ish, 2005, 6. Yeah, he played on The Cosby Show. This guy's probably all pissed off. He's probably getting less appearances now. You have to check him out, because you know what? He might be gone. I don't want to insult him if he passed away. I can't keep up on everybody in show business I love, if they're alive or dead. Even though I have a niece who does that, she goes, wait, hold on, don't say anything. I said, what is it, honey? She goes, don't say anything. And she has to check it to see what she has to read up on what you're about to tell her. If you say, I want to talk about Joe Williams, he was on the Cosby Show, she goes, oh, he died. He did die.
You don't love me no more.
So what is this? This was released. It's a greatest hits album. Okay, all right, listen. Easy. At least I love the guy.
Darling,
At least we love the guy.
you don't love me no more.
I heard it, baby, because you're gone. He died in Vegas, though, so that's good. Took all that Cosby money, went to Vegas with it, baby. Yeah, deal me in, girl. See, right away somebody be like, he insulted Joe Williams. Shut the fuck up. I played Joe Williams' music and enjoyed it with people, you asshole. Which is why Joe Williams made the music. Right away, gotta get grief. All right, how we doing? You getting back to work? I got for you weather, which is not good. Callington is expecting bad weather, so please keep your fingers crossed the network doesn't get knocked off. We are watching, but they are expecting severe weather, and they did a beautiful job this morning of preparing everyone, and it's just the way you should. You prepare, and thank God nothing knocked us off. So we stay under preparation mode at all times. Keep your fingers crossed. What we'll do is, if God forbid one of these storms takes out headquarters, we reroute through Ustream, and you can then follow along until we reconnect. I'll let you know if that's necessary. I just want you to know we have a plan. It works. But the best thing is, you always prepare, and then you get good fortune is they were not knocked off, but they are getting severe weather. I mean, the other day somebody says, do you feel guilty about all the nice weather? You're a New Yorker. You sound like a New Yorker. You talk like a New Yorker. Yet you're tucked away in the Atlantic. Sleepy satellite beach town. Yeah, so what the fuck is your problem? I say the same thing I've always said. Yeah, and so what's your problem with that? Why am I hearing that from you? What do you? It bothers you that I'm here, or it bothers you that you're not here? Let me get it straight. What do you think? What do you think I'd be doing? Slipping on the ice, falling down the stairs to the subway. I'm not overpaying for that Uber shit. That Uber shit is a scam in the sense that it's the cheapest thing out there. It's not even close. They try to do that $10 promotion. Yeah. Try to get that. Try to get a driver who wants to take you from Battery Park to the Upper East Side for $10. You got a better shot getting a cab ride to Israel. Yeah, fucking Netanyahu's house for $10. You got a better shot with $10 in Israel. Okay. Get you halfway across the Gaza Strip. The other thing is, I don't want to mislead anybody. I'm not smoking that much. I'm getting all this feedback. Oh, you're smoking. I'm smoking a few cigarettes a day. Relax. Believe me, this is not the issue you need to bother me on. I don't need any grief. I got plenty of things that are much worse that I do. That's it. That's my thing. Whatever you think you see, I got much worse than that to work on. So working with whatever you identify as what I would have to work on. Yeah, he goes to me. Yeah, I don't see your Ustream isn't on. He writes to me, bonehead. It's on beautifully. It sounds awesome. It's the minute this douchebag. I had the tablet off. I turn it off the Wi-Fi because I don't like to use extra Wi-Fi when I'm not. Pop it on right away. Goomba is on the phone. I can't hear your. He goes. I'm sure you're ranting about me. Wow, little self-absorbed, are you, sir? Turns on the screen. It says he can't hear me. So of course I go over and check it. It's fine. And I'm not talking about him. So I guess that was his whole plot. It's like the whole thing with Netanyahu and Obama. It's a fake fight just to get the Iranians scared. Iranians? What do you call the fucking dog? A Pomeranian or a Pomeranian? You call it a Pomeranian. What do you call these people? They're Iranians. Oh, okay. Remember, in the great words of Stevie Wonder, Iraq, Iran. That's what he said. Take it up with him, Jesse Jackson. I think I got a Match.com style lead going on here, but I haven't done anything with it. The woman who owns the Too Fly to Be 50 dating, do you remember this? Too Fly dating, where you're too good looking to not be dating. These women all got together and they said, hey, you know, we're great looking. How come we don't have guys taking us out on dates? And they go, because we're widowed or we're older. And they go, well, that's bullshit. Are you ready to fuck somebody's eyeballs out? Yeah. You ready to blow some fucking hot guy? Yeah. All right, so let's get on a fucking website and tell them that come and get it. All right. So they started a website. It's great. We did a spot for it a couple of months ago, about a month ago. And when I saw the woman who started it, I was like, she's got a radio show. She's got a thing where she sits on the couch and they call in and go, you know, my boyfriend doesn't want to do this. He doesn't want an enema with a shaving cream enema. Yeah, shaving cream where I take the Barbasol can, I squirt it in his ass, you know. It's harmless. Who's supposed to bet? Who gets the orgasm? The guy next door, he tapes it. He watches us do it. So you take a Barbasol can and squirt shaving lotion in your husband's ass? Wow, you guys really have some kind of crazy love going on. But of course, remember Dr. Ruth? That is very common. If you go to Austria, where I come from, you know, where the Jews are always making trouble, loaning money. Dr. Ruth, will you stay on target? Yes, I would say many people have written, Dr. Ruth, I have used Noxzema brand medicated shave with menthol, and it makes my asshole so smell fresh. All right, Dr. Ruth, thanks a lot. I thought she did sex, or does she do proctology? What do you? Come on, will you? Just say yes, no. That was a big yes. The lady wants to use shaving cream in her husband's ass. Just say, go get it, ma'am. Richard Gere. Yeah. I know about the guy goes, you know about Richard Gere? Yeah, I know about Richard Gere. What do you... I did that joke 30 years ago, sir. 29 to be exact. WTAE in Pittsburgh, Channel 4, Ed Tyll. WTAE 12, what the hell were we, 1290 or... I don't know what the dial position was. Sir, what do you want? Reagan was president. He wasn't even in trouble yet. He was just not listening because he wasn't in the mood. Remember that when he wasn't in scandal yet? He just didn't want anybody to talk to him. Oh, I'm getting on the helicopter. Then he's got a scandal going. He's like, I'm not even taking the helicopter. My favorite is that Reagan would do what I would do when I was in school. And they go, it's because he's old. My ass. Kids do this. Tell me you never dozed off in an afternoon class after lunch. 2 o'clock, the room is stuffy, and the teacher's like, the bell curve, it's shaped in the shape of a bell. It starts out on the low side. And you're like, I get the fucking bell curve. And Reagan, they're like, this is terrible. Terrible? Thank God he's getting some shut-eye and some boring fucking shit. Will you be quiet? He's president, goddammit, and he's old. Show him some respect. At Tyll Show, Starcom Radio Network, live on everywhere. I think there's any place. Where else do you need to go? You go to Starcom. You go to Ed Tyll. You go wherever you have to go. There's a million places to get the show, but make it easy for you. Who's going to make it easy for me? Who makes it easy for me? I so don't like that reflex. That is what gets people in trouble right there. There's your problem. Let me make it easy for you. You don't have to make anything easy for anybody. If they don't get it without it being made easy, maybe they shouldn't have it. That's the lesson of civilization. 14 hours I watched this thing. Josh Brolin narrates it. The Story of Us. I thought it was like a porno when I first downloaded it. I'm like, oh, this will be good for like 10 minutes. I got to get tired here. I'm too wide awake. All of a sudden, it's like, Cro-Magnon, man. I'm like, oh my God, Discovery of Fire, where the guy goes, changed everything. Discovery of Shelter, and changed everything. Discovery of Money, changed it. When they made the first silver coin, universal currency, planet Earth, and the dollar sign was the original silver coin. You don't know that, right? He said, well, what do I need to know that for? How the hell are you going to watch CNBC? And the Money Report, if you don't know where money comes from. What? What? Yeah, I said this before. Bill Cosby was the best man from Miles Davis when he got married to Cicely Tyson. Yeah, man. You talk about black power. That was 3 powerful black icons. Cicely Tyson, amazing actress, incredible voice, incredible everything. Just a triple threat. Dance and sing and badass and punch you in the face and took nothing from non-serviam. Nothing. Didn't genuflect to anybody. Cicely Tyson, badass. Complete badass. When I was a kid, forget it. Cicely Tyson, like, hi, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. May I be excused? Because you don't want to piss her off. She make Whoopi Goldberg look, she's, look like Frederica Whitfield. You're like, who are these women? These just some ex-girlfriends. Oh, yeah. Me and Whoopi. Forget it. Me, Lily Tomlin, and Whoopi Goldberg. Forget it. You don't even want to know. Don't go there. As my grandchildren say, don't go there, Grandpa. I go, what, you can't see your grandfather with these women? Don't go, Grandpa. That's terrible. What's terrible? Me, Lily Tomlin, and Whoopi Goldberg? I was jealous of Gene Wilder with Gilda. Jane Curtin wanted nothing to do with nothing from nobody. Forget about It'sville. She was after that chick in McMillan and Wife. Remember McMillan and Wife? What a great show that was. Rock Hudson, the woman with the Bounty paper towels. She was in it. She was secretary. And that little cutie pie, whatever her name was, that later did a show with Jane Curtin. Remember? That cute girl. What was her name? She married the television executive and took on his last name. And I was like, you don't need him. It's like Mary Louise Parker. Don't take on anybody's name. Mary Louise Parker, crudup. What are you, nuts? Stick with me, baby. You'll be fine. Those are tough girls. You don't have to worry about Cicely Tyson. You have to worry about... So Bill Cosby, Miles Davis, Cicely Tyson, cutting up, kicking ass. Oh, rapist. Oh, yeah, okay. Me too. It's a sad story, actually, but I like to go public with it. Yeah. I used to watch Batman all the time as a kid, and then Lee Merriweather the Catwoman, offered to further my career. She said, do you want to... She says, I'll teach you how to act. I'll teach you how to perform. I'll teach you how to be on Batman. I'll teach you how to be a villain. I'll teach you everything. I said, okay. And she said, how old are you? I said, I'm 11. She says, okay, come on down to my apartment house, penthouse in Manhattan. Have your parents drop you off because tell them I'm the Catwoman. Everything is fine. Television show is on twice a week. You're good. I'm like, okay. They go to my dad. I go, hey. He goes, yeah, what's up? I go, Catwoman wants to let me be her acting protege. What? What is that? What does that mean? She's going to teach me how to act. She's Catwoman on Batman. He goes, on Batman? That's a good show. I said, it's a great show, but this is the Catwoman as an actress. She wants to make me her protege in acting. And my dad's like, are you kidding me? I said, call her up. Here's the number. My dad gets on, hello there. I'm looking for the Catwoman, Lee Merriweather. She picks up the phone. Oh, hi, Mr. Tyll. Your son is an amazing... My father's like, are you kidding? He is? All right. Talk to his mother. My mother gets on the phone. Oh, hi, listen, we love the show. We all watch... Yes, Edward will be there. Hand me right over to child sex slavery or whatever, but they drop me off. Now, I'm like these chicks in Bill Cosby. Same M.O. all the way. She's like, I have a chewable vitamin for you. I said, what? I said, I got my vitamins. My mom gave me everything. I had to want one a day. Oh, no, this is a special acting vitamin. You see how it's got like a Shakespearean tragedy on the side of it? I said, is that what that is? I said, that doesn't look like a Shakespearean tragedy. Well, it's me in a bathrobe performing a Shakespearean tragedy. I said, I'm sorry? She goes, well, many of us, and you would like to be an actor. I said, yes, I would like to be an actor, Catwoman. And she said, all right, well, here's what we do. Even when we go to bed at night, I said, but it's early. She goes, even when let me finish. I said, all right, Catwoman. She said, even when we go to bed at night, we have to still be the character. Oh, that's pretty good. So that's not you in a robe. She goes, now you got it. I said, now what happens? She says, well, here's your lines, but have another one of these vitamins. I said, well, I feel kind of woozy from the first vitamin. She goes, what do you mean, woozy? I said, I don't know. I feel like Jimmy Olsen when he's all confused when Clark says, get me this phone number, Jimmy. And then I go, but Mr. Kent. I feel like that. I feel like Jimmy Olsen has been confused by Mr. Kent, and that Perry White has walked in. Olsen, what are you doing, Olsen? Don't call me, Chief. I'm very confused. And Lee Merriweather is like, you need to stop watching those black and white television shows. You're going to be on a full-color television show, Batman twice a week. Now, try the second vitamin, and let's go through the scene one more time where you are like, I'm Catwoman. I go, I got it. You're Catwoman. She goes, so you are one of my hench cats. You got it? You work for me. You go, rah, rah. Whatever I go, rah, you go, rah. I go, I got it. She goes, now here's your lines. Do that. I said, okay. She goes, well, what are you doing way over there on the other side of the room? I said, well, I'm trying to get under the light so I can see the lines here. I don't have anything memorized. I'm 11 years old. We just started 2 minutes ago. Give me a break. Jesus, talk about fucking pressure. And she's like, hey, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I want. I want that vicious predator thing. I said, well, you got it. Let's go. And she's like, all right, attack me. I said, attack you? I said, where does it say that? She goes, we're improvising now. I said, oh, I heard about this. I heard Bill Cosby does this on I Spy. She goes, exactly. She goes, do you like I Spy? I said, I love I Spy. She goes, you should pay attention. She goes, isn't Bill Cosby? Oh, he's totally the star. I don't even know the other guy. But it's Bill Cosby's show all the way. She goes, well, Bill Cosby taught me how to improvise. He gave me a couple of vitamins, and now I'm going to show you. I said, oh my God, this is like second. She goes, that's right, I'm channeling Bill. I said, and you're Catwoman? She goes, I'm Catwoman right now. She goes, don't call me Lee Merriweather. I'm Catwoman. Call me Catwoman. I said, rah. So I jump on top of her. She opens up her robe, and I'm like, whoa, wait a second. I'm getting hungry. She goes, rah. I said, do you have milk anywhere around here in a dish? And she lets her robe drop off like Bill Cosby. She takes her fully engorged areola and throws it on my shoulder and says, yeah, I got your vitamin D right here in a double D. I said, you are my acting mentor. Boop, and I fell out. Just like these when I woke up. Now here's the thing, if you listen to the Cosby women, they always say the same thing. I woke up and, the one says I was dirty, whatever that means. Like Cosby didn't shave or something and take a bath. I woke up and the smell could knock you out. Oh, not fish. No, sour milk. She threw a carton of milk at me and ran out. Now, the way I remember it, I somehow was taken advantage of. I'll tell you what, that's her side of it. That ending. That's her side of it. I'll tell you now that I've talked to Gloria Allred and Perry Mason both. Many people go directly to Gloria Allred on this. I went to Perry Mason as well, second opinion. And by the way, Perry Mason, head and shoulders on top of Gloria Allred. Every day, it's where she is. When you call her up and you go, hey, I'm being discreet, she's always making out with Perry Mason. And she steals all of his stuff. She sits there and watches every episode. She tries to use all of his moves. I went right to the source. I rented all the Perry Mason episodes at the library. on VHS, which, by the way, is much more effective as a teaching tool. I don't know, why don't people like the VHS? I don't get it. I mean, a DVD was a big pain in the ass. You don't want to scratch it, don't drop it, you got to put it in a case, it gets stuck in the machine. VHS was fine. VHS, at least you didn't lose it. Fucking thing was big enough to see at the time. Anyway, what are you going to do? You know, life, it teaches you every moment that you're living.
Grew up working class in a place they call the Bronx. Learned on the corner about the school of hard knocks. Found out his rap could be his salvation. Well, now he's talking all across the nation. It's the Ed Tyll Show. It's the Ed Tyll Show. Come on, everybody. It's Ed Tyll. Now that you tuned him in, you know what I mean. People call him up, discussing every scene. Love him or hate him, he's gonna have his say. He's gonna speak his mind each and every day. It's the Ed Tyll Show. It's the Ed Tyll Show. Come on, everybody. It's Ed Tyll.
You having problems with mathematics? If so, here's very good news for children, students, and parents. AJT Learning is providing comprehensive maths online solutions which can be downloaded to smartphones, iPads, and tablets. Now, students can learn from anywhere, even if there is no network available, without the need for personal tutors or attending extra classes. Parents can also learn these techniques of problem-solving skills while teaching their children efficiently. These maths online solutions cover general topics, exam modules, and challenging questions. They will present these difficult questions while giving direct solutions and a step-by-step method to solve them. What's more, these solutions will save you from expensive costs over an entire year. You can download these maths files plus bonus files at www.ajtlearning.com to help you and your students build a strong foundation in mathematics and excel in studies.
I left the ports up in New Jersey and I roamed far and wide. I really love my job because all I do is sit and ride. Rolling through Illinois with my AM radio, they be playing Blue Collar on the Ed Tyll Show. Now the tune is kinda catchy and I'm a-tapping my toe. The lyrics made me chuckle and I'm LMFAO. Rolling through Indiana, rolling through Ohio. I'm really digging Blue Collar on the Ed Tyll Show. Following the fog line and it's mile after mile. Ed Tyll's the only thing out here that gives me reason for a smile. With news and commentary and agglomeration too, Ed Tyll's the only highway show that takes away my blues. blue light special at all costs if you can. You don't need a confrontation with the badge or with the man. Obey the road construction laws even though you must go slow so you can dig blue collar on the Ed Tyll Show. Till we meet again. Ed Tyll.
You'll hear me say that I'm so lucky to be loving you.
You are. We are crazy in love, aren't we? We're crazy in love. My funny Valentine. You are a hysterical, hilarious Valentine. All right, I got a big a surprise for you. It was just confirmed a few minutes ago. Nobody loves authors more than me. When Larry King and I first became friends 30 years ago, he was the veteran of every great author interview. He made it sound so easy. All these other people started interviewing authors, and it was never the same. And one night, he heard an interview that I did. He was blown away by it, and I was like, really? He goes, yeah, you got to do that. He goes, don't listen to these other interviewers. Don't get caught up in all of these predictable, kind of distant, kind of, formulaic questions. He goes, listen to every word they say. I said, you got it, man.
You may not like what he says, Ed Tyll. Say it anyway, Ed Tyll. He's the baddest cat around, Ed Tyll. He's got the sharpest tongue.
All right, so this is a big treat. Lena Clark is our guest. This happens in less than 5 minutes. I'm really excited. An Amazing Mind is the book. It's available on Amazon. An Amazing Mind. Our guest, momentarily, Lena Clark, the author of a book that people say is the most compelling, the most riveting.
Ed Tyll, 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 Ed Tyll.
This is the story from an individual point of view that includes every struggle you and I have had. The struggles of one individual, Lena Clark, the author of Amazing Mind. Lena Germaine Clark. What a beautiful name. Lena Clark, our guest, talks of a journey full of frustration and pain and balanced with love and the infinite love that God offers. Now you say, well, is this spiritual, or is it strength and courage to face real mental health issues like suicide?
Crazy storylines of the main event.
That's right. You go, really? It's all of that? Yeah, Lena takes you on her journey. And that's a journey of love and pain, frustration, and then the infinite love of God. Her words, when you read this book, her words in this book will illuminate strength and courage in you the way it emerged in her. It's called Amazing Mind. It's on Amazon.com. Lena, L-E-N-A, Clark is the author. Lena Germaine Clark. That's Lena, L-E-N-A-G-E-R-M-A-I-N-E. Lena Germaine Clark, C-L-A-R-K. Yeah, see, what we love for 40 years on this show is approaching the most vexing questions in life. the ones that affect everybody at the kitchen table. Amazing Mind is the new book. Lena Germaine Clark is the author. The title is Amazing Mind. It's available on Amazon right now. She joins us in about 60 seconds.
It's the Ed Tyll Show. Ed Tyll Show.
Hello.
Hi, Lena Clark, Ed Tyll. We are live, coast to coast across America. Welcome to the program and congratulations on a spectacular work.
Thank you.
You're so nice to grab the phone like that and just be right on it. I hear you have a little company behind you. I know you got a little bit of company
Yes.
behind you. That's okay. Well, everybody's welcome here, you know.
Okay, well, that's fun. And so what show is this again?
Now, my name is the name of the show. So the show is The Ed Tyll, Tyll, got it? Show. The Ed Tyll Show.
Okay.
Very good. Great. Now, just to give you some background, we've been on the air about 40 years, since 1975. A national forum that is different than the mainstream media. We do not promote, when Hillary puts out a book, that's for all the mainstream media. When people who are not so predictably the favorites of the mainstream, when they're new and different and they break ground that relates to our demographic, age 25 to 54, mothers and fathers, kitchen table people, ordinary folks, household income about $59,000 a year, right near the American average. These folks need and ask us all the time, find us new voices, find us new ideas. So we find you, Amazing Mind. What an incredible list of issues are dealt with in this book. I've been telling the audience about 5 minutes in advance of your visit how incredibly moving this is. Do you mind walking them through? Because now you're here live with us on the air. How and why did you write this compelling book? And explain the title, if you would.
Absolutely. The title of the book is called An Amazing Mind. And it's dealing with mental illness and basically telling my story, my testimony, and, just destigmatizing mental illness. And I'm sure you know that it has been stigmatized for so long.
Now, when you say mental illness, we're talking specifically about suicide? We're talking about suicide?
Well, suicide, schizophrenia, bipolar, depression. I mean, there are over 100 diagnoses of mental illness. So, yes, there are quite a bit.
Wow. Now, your story involves specifically which? Because one of the readers of yours was really blown away by how it affected her reading it. Let's start with you, and then we'll talk about how people are reacting to your story. I'm sure your story has drawn so many stories to you.
Yes, it has. It is continuing to do so because it was published in October, so it's fairly new.
Do you mind elaborating on that a little bit? What is it about your story that people need to know so they'll grab the book and look for their own story of adversity and find it in there? Tell them a little bit about your plight.
Absolutely. Basically, my story is dealing with my husband, who started a business a few years ago before he passed. And the name of the business is called Care Oasis, and helping individuals that are diagnosed with mental illness such as schizophrenia, schizoaffective disorders, bipolar, various, diagnoses under that field. And not knowing at the time that he was diagnosed with schizophrenia himself. He hid it very well, and he committed suicide. So I felt compelled to tell my story, to share with the world, that it's real.
Now let me make sure we absorb that correctly, because that went pretty fast for us. All right, so he, as a life's work, was helping treat those with schizophrenia.
Correct.
Then he found himself, because when you said the word secretly, I really want to understand what happened. He discovered his own, or was he unaware of his own schizophrenia? He had, it turns out, schizophrenia himself.
Yes, he had schizophrenia himself. However, the family knew. What happened was, after he died, I did my own research in his family, the background. And his mother, who was a well-known pastor in Atlanta, was diagnosed with mental illness. So it was a generational thing. And her mother, his grandmother, was also diagnosed with a mental illness, but he knew it, but he hid it. And that's what so many people do. They're in denial.
Now, how is that? That is remarkable. How is that revealed to you? How did you find out that your husband, who had passed already from suicide, knew, in fact, of his own schizophrenia? How was that revealed to you?
After he passed, I found the paperwork, not knowing. And so many people said, well, did you not see the signs? Did you not recognize his behavior issues? Well, he did have his, up and down behaviors. But at the same time, as a mother, a wife, an entrepreneur, I did not focus on the negative. I was so busy trying to make sure that things were done and assisting him with his vision. So I never connected the dots. But at the same time, he did not want me to know that he was struggling with that, because he started the business. And I never thought in a million years the man that started the business was suffering with the same illness.
Right, like it's just like a doctor. The last one you think about with heart disease is a heart surgeon. All right, so now, how does this revelation to you affect you so that you write the book?
Well, after him passing, we have 2 children together. So, and finding out that it was on his mother's side, I felt an obligation to put it on the table, to no longer sweep it under the rug, because it had happened so long. And my kids are one day going to get married, and they're going to have children. So I no longer wanted that to be silent.
Wow, that took a lot, huh? I mean, that really takes a lot of courage, which is one of the themes of the book. Amazing Mind portrays 2 things that I think I would love to hear you discuss a bit. On the one side, amazing courage and strength. And on the other side, that dark abyss, that challenge to be hopeless, where it can just swallow you up. Do you mind talking about that dichotomy?
Absolutely, about having an amazing mind in itself.
Isn't that? I think that is the thesis of the book, right? It is an amazing mind, right? Isn't that what we're taking from all of this? This whole spectrum of his ability to hide it, the revelations to you after it. Go ahead, tie that together, because it's starting to sound like that is the amazing mind.
Absolutely. I mean, our minds are amazing. But the fact that, we are so stigmatized, when I say we, meaning the world and those that are diagnosed with mental illness, so many people are afraid to talk about it. They're afraid to come out of the closet and say, okay, well, yes, I have a problem, because first thing, they're going to be judged. Regardless, we all have issues. So your mind is still amazing. It's okay to talk about it. It's okay to feel a certain way every day. But we're on different levels with that. And so his mind was amazing. He was an entrepreneur and an inventor. He had his master's degree, so it does not discriminate. So at the same time, he was struggling. He was able to relate with clients because he was suffering from that himself. And that's why he started the business.
You know, I'm certainly not being rude here, but I want to jump in and tell people who they're listening to and who we're visiting with on the show. If you go to Amazon.com and you find Lena Germain Clark's book, An Amazing Mind, download it. It is one of the most heartfelt books being read today on her journey of love, frustration, pain, and I think we can go into this next area. The infinite love of God. This is very vexing, Lena. I'm sure you're getting mail reaction. The book's been out now since October. I'm sure when you talk about the book, when you're asked to speak, you get this question. This is a hard concept for believers. The mental health fits inside the love of God. How do you make that connection? Draw that connection so the audience can follow.
Absolutely. Well, and how I fit that in with the love of God is that, you know, our mind is our battlefield. So, you know, we struggle with that every day. Again, it doesn't matter what level we're on. And so in the very beginning of the book, on the outside of the book, it actually says, you know, that God does not give us a spirit of fear, but of love, power, and of a sound mind. That is what he wants us to have. So that's how I'm able to tie God in there, because when he created us, he wanted us to all have a sound mind.
See, I'm so glad you're saying this. Yeah, I don't mean to be slowing you down, but I know these are big concepts for listeners, and I really want it to be absorbed. Earlier today, we were talking about this concept in a completely different vein, but we're back in it again. That somehow this is design and plan and the revealing of the plan. Please elaborate on that. What did you discover? How does the love of God fit in with some of the torture that people experience and lead them to suicide sometimes, and certainly other mental health issues which can be so destructive? How do the two work?
Meaning, when you say the two work, meaning the love of God and the fact that they end up with the illness?
I don't want to blame God. I'm trying to restrain myself. But many of us have a problem with a model that would create this, you know, and say, well, it's all part of the bigger picture. You say, I don't know if it is. Is it? What kind of bigger picture would this be for these poor folks? You know, teenagers that get on Facebook, they get bullied, they take their own life. They're gone.
Absolutely.
It's over. Okay. So that's where I'm and others get. It's difficult for us to see what I think you have seen. You have seen through this kind of murky for us. It's murky for us. You've seen it. Illuminate us a little bit. Your book is about illuminating people. Illuminate us. Show us how you found a connection. That God and this horrible mental. I know I'm belaboring the question. I'm not giving you a chance to answer, but take your time. It's a big subject.
Absolutely. Well, again, from my perspective, like you just said, you know, I lived it. I mean, over 10 years, I saw my husband struggle with that. But we all have a choice. We all are given a choice in life. So, of course, when you're struggling in your mind, so many people don't understand. They hear voices, whatever's going on. They're not strong enough to be able to discern and to be able to understand, okay, what's going on here. So that's why I encourage family members to step in. It doesn't matter what race, religion you are or you belong to. If you see a family member that has an unusual behavior, talk to them. Find someone that can step in to help them, because so many times, you know, they don't want to open up. They're afraid to talk about it. So from a spiritual standpoint, you know, like I told you a minute ago, God does not give you a spirit of fear, but of love, power, and of a sound mind. He wants you to have this sound mind, but so many people aren't strong enough to understand and to know how to overcome that.
All right.
So they can be strong.
Right. I'm certainly not I'm trying to belabor it, but if you don't mind, a little insight into that quote.